Hey guys, welcome. If you're here live, wouldn't be but 2 or 3 of you maybe. This is long so that we can chat. I made this long and I'm going to do this for the Tuesdays in July and probably put nothing else up. I mean, July is kind of a slow a month for posting stuff anyway. Depends on what you're posting, I guess. But I'll talk more about that later, about a half hour later. If you just showed up and didn't see it live, still leave comments down there. It's cool. This is the last 4 or 5 days of June, maybe up to July 1st, depends on what I throw in there. Just made one big old video so that we could sit around and talk for a half hour on Tuesday. Yep. Oh, and if you're watching this live in particular and you do this kind of thing, I will come back and watch yours too. This is not a live stream, it's a premiere with a live chat. So I was asking for that years ago from another channel. YouTube finally did it, but by then everybody could live stream. And it's really hard. It's really hard to do a live stream for 1 hour, 2 hours. So anyway, it's long so that we can sit here and talk about gardening. Thanks for tuning in. Here's what I did at the end of June. All right, Jules Gardening here, and today we're talking about our eggplants. And I do want to say that, we're at least 5 weeks behind, if not a full 8. We did grow these in little 3-pack seedling trays. Each one you see here were transplanted into the pot you see, and adjacent to them. And today we're putting them in, and it's late June. A lot of reasons for that. I don't want to get into it right now. Let's just say April and May was not very cooperative this year. Anyway, they're 2 foot apart, already sickled with some mulch. That's fresh cut grass, and it's going to yellow up real soon. And then we'll come over here, and that is 18 inches. So just to get lines right, we'll hit that. And then we've already got this corner, and then we make another corner and we're done. And next week, I'm already out of grass mulch. Next week we'll fill in all the gaps. Little pointer for you, when you're transplanting like this, well, first of all, nitrogen. And just as an aside, I punch my holes a little deeper than the planter, and then build it back up with a little cow manure and pine bark. So when the roots get down there, they're hitting on some nitrogen. And I really don't care what plant it is. They all need some kind of nitrogen. And then second of all, when you're transplanting, this is what we do anyway. As soon as you do it, put some water on it. Our theory is that helps mitigate root shock. So we keep our water pail handy, put it in, put the water on, put it in, put the water on, put it in, put the water on, put it in, put the water on. The more you're planting, the more you actually want to do that, because you don't want to shock the heck out of them, which generally doesn't happen. This is the evening, but if for some crazy reason you go out transplanting your seedlings from a pot to the ground and you do it in the heat of the day, you definitely want to put water on it immediately. Root shock, sometimes you can't recover from that. Yep. Anyway, if you want to see what this bed looked like before, back her up and go to harvesting oregano and lemon thyme. And if you've already seen that, there's the lemon thyme. It's already got new shoots and graining up. I told you couldn't kill that stuff. You see that? Do you see that? I cut that lemon balm in the middle of the summer. Put it immediately in a 5-gallon bucket. And now the only thing green was this guy. And look at all that new growth. You can't kill nature. You can't kill nature. It wants to live. Chop, chop. And speaking of transformation, you remember when this was the cool season garden earlier this year? I'm gonna run my squash right up the middle of this bed, on the front half of the bed. Also, what to say about good plants. I don't know if you can see it, probably looks like grass to you, but that's a gazillion pepper plants that have come in. I left a stack of cayenne pepper and jalapeno here, which I do every year. Yes, sir. Zooks, got several coming in. There's my okra. There's the triple L tomatoes. That's Cherokee, getting up about 6 foot. Got a little yellow squash, still trying. Y'all know about the squash bugs. Got some parsley, more peppers. A couple more Cherokees, and back into the celebrities now. That's the 4 square. We got a video on that 4 square.
For example, we got this side open of our 4 square, so you can come in, prune, deal with pests, and harvest your plants.
Those are celebrities coming in nicely. That's the pepper forest. Those are all volunteers. Looks like they might all be cayenne. That's another celebrity on the back side. Right there, those 3 are all cherry, and they're also all volunteers. I got 2 volunteer cucumbers coming up. Having a hard time keeping them on these rails. And truth be told, I had a heck of a time trying to get my cucumber started this year, but it's not too late. So Tuesday update, as you can see, had a time getting them on the rail. I got it now. I did time towards the bottom. I just didn't want to grab it, but now they're good to go. Put a little cross thread across there. And you can see that one has actually grabbed it. It's gonna be just fine. This one's gonna end up on the trellis, I'm sure. I think that's a 3x8. That's probably a 3x6. Anyway, gotta get that damn vine out of there. But, yep, there are 5. There's a little one in there. Number 6 down here, daggone my chipmunk took it out, little sucker. I know it was him. I feed him over here. Yes, sir, started another hill. Yeah, that's coming. That's coming. It'll be here soon. Look at that size of that. It did crack. That was from all that dang on rain we had in May. That's all right. We got some big old ones. Then, of course, the mild pepper patch. Lush, lush, lush. I'll give you perspective on what I'm dealing with now. Y'all think I'm kidding when I say small space gardening. Yep, that's what you got to do. Dang pokeweed. Yeah, see, these cucumbers they just don't want to ride that rail. Dangest thing I've ever seen. This is the backside of tomato trees, they call them, triple L. So those are about 4 foot now. If they do, well, I need to get back here and start tying again. If they do what they say they will, well, we got a plan for that. Yeah, a small space gardening. And I said this earlier when I put that video up about this zucchini. I told you it's going to droop over this path, but that's okay. I got a way out. Cherokee. But just did a little picking, and I wanted to show you again about this cubanelles. That video didn't do particularly well, but you see that? Looks like the camera's not focusing. And these aren't the biggest banana peppers. They will get bigger, but there you go. That's why I grow Cubanelles. This thing, this is a little 1 pound scale back here. This thing doesn't even really move it. It's probably a 1/4 of an ounce. Whereas this one is an ounce. Well, actually, that's 1.5 ounces. So that's 1.5 ounces, and this one isn't even 1/2 ounce. Plant size, they're saying they take up the same space, but goodness, you know, this Cubanelle, you actually could stuff that thing, which is probably what I'm gonna do today. Yep. Yepper dipper. We finally did get some action on zucchini. As you know, we got a slow start because of April and May, and we're all outside. It is what it is, and some other random stuff. That garden salsa, by the way, that little plant is the most prolific pepper plant I've ever had in my life. I mean, he's just producing fruit like crazy. I still don't think he's a foot tall. And I didn't even pick it clean. Anyway. And oh yeah, you can see the cracks. You can also see it reddening up. We got some big hosses coming. Let me show you this other one. Well, there you go, hobo. That's it. There's the 7. Got a little space to walk in. And this is brought to you by Daddy Pete's, Stony Point, North Carolina. Yeah, but that's transformation, man. We had lemon balm. This whole square was oregano, 4 foot tall. It did take quite a few hours. It wasn't that easy, but that's another transformation.
Eggplant.
Yeah, the eggplants are looking awesome. This old pollinator bucket. It's interesting how they just lay down. Yeah, that's not a big one. You notice the daylilies?
Oh yeah.
What'd you say? Heck yeah. All right, and to wrap up the pollinator discussion, there's some wildflowers growing. There's the bed. These are my daylilies, and you guys know me. Yes, I moved these here years ago from another location. And then that's a honeysuckle hedge that I had lowered to come in the back, but now I'm gonna take all that out and do something else. I need space. I need space. And yeah, I did do all this barefooted because I'm a southern boy. Yeah, I don't know, y'all. I'm having second thoughts on this. I'm not 100% certain, but my guess is this was made in China. And I don't trust paint from China. I'm debating whether to tear it down, just let her go. If I let her go, though, I'm gonna have to dig this trench out because that could be leaching lead. There goes the pumpkin. That's right, I made a video about this, didn't I? Look at that. They're kind of going that way. We are changing this all up. This dude here, I'm gonna figure out where to put him. Same with the little sister. Got all that time. That's lemon time and English. Start filling in the dirt. You can see now, I showed it earlier. See, I told you it was going to yellow up. As long as the plants don't yellow up, I'm good. Oh, here's a little something for you. The biggest one, look at that. That powdery mildew, I reckon is what they call it. Yeah, it is what it is. There's 3 of these in this hill. These are the Dutch squash, the gooseneck. And then this guy, I couldn't get these suckers to train to the pole. And that one there, I'll call that one Cane, because it strangled the stem of this one, which is Abel. And Abel's still hanging. A lot of people would just pull it, and I thought, you know what, let's just see what happens. Gotta get that one back in the cage, put me a tomato cage out here. It'll get up there. It's not a Boston pickler, it's a Carolina hybrid, but you know, you can still pickle it. Oh, and I was talking to Jenna. You see, here's what's going on here. You see those darker green leaves? And then they're darker up there, and I got 2 that just went down. Probably can't see it in that camera. So, as I was worried about, there might be some interaction between this dogwood and that bean. Let's see if I can focus this way. See right there? There. Plus those leaves are like really dark green, so heck if I know. Thinking I might have to chop that off. I'd hate for that to work itself down. See how much more greener that one is. There's some interaction there. I'm not a botanist, but I'm not stupid. Something's going on. And you can see maybe the hedge, working on the hedge, man. Pulling that sucker out. Basically going to extend this bed by another 6 foot. And get this back out. There we go. Taking all that out. I've had that in there for a very long time, and I'm tired of it. And that is an Althea. I think that's the white one. All tied up in there. We're gonna end up running this bed from there down to here and take out that trellis eventually. I gotta do that at the end of the summer. Take the fence out, spread this side of the bed back just to about where the grass is between the steps, because that's about the sun line now. When I started doing this years ago, obviously the sun line was here. Sun comes from that way. It's taking till about 12 o'clock before it starts hitting this. So, not a good situation. And I did see people on the YouTube, y'all, talking about their food forests and stuff, and that got me curious. All of this back here used to be a blueberry patch with that grapevine hanging on the wall there. And I took it all out because it just got everywhere. But anyway, I put the blueberries back in. For those that have never grown them, where it fruits, that's called a floricane, right? That's a floricane. And once that's played out, you chop that off. So you leave your primos So I started this one. It just had these two canes, two Flora canes, and I was concerned. But now it's bringing in the primos. That'll all work out. It's got these little itty bitty berries on it. That's all right. It's been living in a bucket. Good to go. There's my scrap cranberry, Granny Smith apples. My cranberry tree died on me. There's some more scrap. They're dropping. I'm gonna have to slowly top this back. It's full of apples. But I'd say the squirrels are getting as many as I am. I raked all this out so you can do stuff like this. This one right here is either a fresh drop or a squirrel. Let's see. Fresh drop on the smaller side. But you can, you know, take the skin off, make sure you're paying attention to the inside, and off you go. See them all up in there in my wood pile, but I don't go in there because I don't like surprise snakes. This will all be cleaned out this fall if I have the time. Back to Granny. Yeah, if you top that in half in 1 year, you pretty much don't don't do that. You'll bring her down about, from what we want to top, we'll bring it down a third at a time over a series of years. Same thing we're going to do with that plum tree, which I don't know if I put that video up, but we're going to top that thing too. Anyway, it's not a food for us. I guess if it is, I'm starving. And this is a grafted dude from, I think it came from France. Just never did well. It's basically a lack of sunshine, to be honest. But let me show you my other grapevine. All right, on the back side, this is the nasty trap. That's my, not a mulch pile. I will be using that though eventually. I'll show you why in a second. Been working on this hedge, trying to free it. You can see right there. That's another Althea. Still green. I'm just trying to let these guys hang, getting all the vine out of there. I want them to bloom, and then I'll prune them back, and then I'll dig them out and transplant them. I don't want to prune them while they're in their prime. You can also see this is the line of the old bed. Kind of like archaeology here, baby. I've been over here since 2003. He's come through here, had a little gate, and I just gave up on it and let the hedge do its thing. This was all squared off in chicken wire. Big old rectangle. And the sun came all the way to where that trellis is. Yep. Little time lapse. That music in the background, by the way, is Marshall Tucker Band live. I just felt like listening to music today. This is where I had all the azaleas. And when you live where we live, hot and humid, everything likes to grow. So, by the way, I've had people, friends from Jersey, don't know what poison ivy is. That's ivy. It's either ivy or oak, and it don't really matter. You see 3 leaves, run to the devil. But you see 5 leaves, that's called Virginia creeper. But when you see those 3 leaves, don't touch that. And you spray this for woody stuff. Obviously not doing it right now because of all this trash over here was to block a hole my dogs were getting through. Again, this was a big old azalea hedge. And there was a little 2-foot path back there, so we had to block that so the dogs would quit getting out. I ripped out the azaleas, but there's a lot of divots, some major holes. So that brush pile I got, we're going to fill this in with that. And then we'll take your advice. I think Jason Avers said put gooseberry back here. Can't remember. But I just saw it as wasted space, so we're going to do something. And since I can't remember if I told you, this is the plum tree. So the same thing, I'm going to take this down in thirds. You know, like if I want it right here eventually, I would just take out the very top part. And then the next year come down and take out that part. And then the last year come down and hit it right here. That's what they say to do anyway. You definitely don't want to just chop the heck out of it. And if you wonder how it got so tall, well, we pruned it, of course, in the middle to get the airflow, but there's a lot of squirrels around here, so we just let it go so we could have some produce. Otherwise, the squirrels would nail the heck out of it. That's what happened to our peach tree. We finally just took that down. Now we use the wood to smoke. All right. What a crazy year we've had, huh? Can't believe it. But this is a Concord grapevine. My grandfather kept 2 of these. Sucker. I might train that. I might cut it off. I don't know. New growth, another trashy corner I gotta clean out. That's pokeweed for you Yankees or across the pond folk. That's pokeweed. Does make a nice berry that you could use as a dye. So it's all over the place. It's an old daylily. Left her over here in the corner, but I gotta clean that out. Anyway, this is the Concord grapevine. I can't back off of it. Let's see. It's running over 20 foot right to left. I've had people comment about it's not pruned correctly, yada yada. But my grandfather had 2 of these, one on each side of the carport, and he just pruned it so it stayed up on the ridge line of the roof of the carport. And we would go out there and eat those grapes like going to the candy store. I'll put it up here. You might recall earlier when we had all that rain, had a lot of I think the technical name is black rot. Well, not the technical name, the vernacular name is black rot. But chopped out, I took advice from Sarah over at old Big Blue Homestead. Oops. Chopped out what I could. There you go. There you go. That old boy bull. Old bull the rose tail. I saw him harvesting the other day. Lord of mercy. His tomatoes were pitiful. And he had no grapes. Yeah, well, like I said, yeah, I'll run the line for you. This is foot 0. It did dip, pull my wire down. It's still full of grapes. And it comes back up. Grapes, 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 and that's about 8 of it. Yeah. Now we're out to 16. What did I say, 20 foot? Now this thing is 18. Unless you stretch that out. If you stretch that out, it'd be 20 foot. I'm just not sure if I want to do that. And last thing, again, for people telling me, oh, it's not pruned correctly. See how my granddaddy did it? And we got a lot of birds and squirrels. I gotta let stuff get wild if I want to eat some of it. That's 18.5 ounces of Zooks. Still got these grannies. We're going to peel these grannies. Got a new drop. Peel these up and make some cobbler or something. Yeah, we got banana trees in North Carolina. Well, if we still have people in here on the live chat, I have no idea what's being said now since this is pre-recorded. But I do want to say, if you've been here and you're watching this and you start doing this, setting up premieres with live chat and pick a day and a time and do it, I will, as long as I'm awake, I will come watch and chat with you. That's just why I started the channel. I know quite a bit about gardening, but I don't know everything. I'm smart enough to know that. Socrates, a wise man, knows he doesn't know anything. But yeah, you know, then that's why I ran this too. I wanted to see people chat it back and forth. I tried it back in June. We had quite a few people in there chatting about gardening, and I love that. If you're not a gardener, that's fine, as long as it's cooking, gardening, camping, hiking type stuff, that's cool. Whatever you're doing, other than music, I have a whole other life in music. I'm not going to use this channel to hang around music streams. Anyway, if you do it, just let me know and I'll come and check it out too. I'm still sheltered in place more or less because of work. I work from home. So I'm on the computer all the time, and right now my interest is gardening and learning as much as I can and sharing what I can learn and all that. That is why I started the channel. I started this channel in 2017, I think. It's been a while back. As a spinoff from another channel that's actually a variety channel that had all kinds of stuff on it. And I finally just decided to separate stuff. So we have 3 channels. Me and my wife have 3 channels. There's a gardening channel, there's a channel dedicated to a variety show, and then there's the Slate channel, which is like a blog where I will put up some music, and Chef Beth, she will put up some recipes, and then other sundry things. It's not large. It doesn't have a lot of followers, just key people that follow us. And it's the same thing about this channel. I'm not looking to get, this channel is meant to learn and educate, I guess you'd say. Learn from others and share with others, and not get really big. I do know, you know, you put up how to XXX and you get a lot of hits. Whoop-de-doo. Yeah. Anyway, you put stuff up, if it's gardening, cooking, or camping and hiking, that we see as entertainment, and we do that stuff too. Yeah, I'll hang out with you. I'll chat with you. I'm just hanging around anyway. All right, guys. Everybody be well. Be safe in July. You notice they quit talking about that second wave because it's already here. Told you so. Peace, y'all.
Today, hovered a bit, then he flew away. Mr. Hummingbird, where did you go? Hummingbird, do you have a soul? Oh, hummingbird, you fly. God's creation before my eye. Oh, hummingbird, you fly. See you tomorrow if you get by. Watching the ocean crash a wave, it's another gorgeous day. Watching the pelican in the sky, chilling in nature and getting high. Oh, ocean and sky. God's creation before my eye. Ocean and sky. See you tomorrow if I get by. Go fly, birdie. Well, there's concrete on every side. Time to leave this garbage behind. Leave from the city to get away. Tired of this jungle of urban decay. Oh, hummingbird, you fly. See you tomorrow if I get by. Oh, hummingbird, you fly. See you tomorrow if we get by.